Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ba-ba-dum, ba-dum, 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 da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da, ba-da, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. You heard me. All right, I think I'm on. Everything look good? Yeah. I totally did not check the next window, so it will probably not be right. Uh, yeah, sorry guys. Sorry I'm like this. It's me. I got excited. Okay, I have YouTube on. Okay. Desktop audio is probably a little high. How's that, guys? What did I have on? This? Oh, and this? Is this it? Yeah. There we go. Sorry about that. I also have the wrong thing on here. I forgot to check this. I'm a genius, guys. Boku wa tensai de wa ari. Okay. Speaking of Gundam, I am also working on Gundam. Please let me know if the music is too loud, too quiet, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, I am working on a Patreon reward and poll winner this time. It's a kind of a weird thing, but basically, the request for this month from the one who won the non-chibi was like, I want this character because you had them in the poll, and I was like, well, they actually won the poll, so I will just stick them in with it, and you know, two birds with one stone. Goodbye, birds. So yeah. It's from Gundam War in the Pocket, which is a really good Gundam series if you haven't seen it. I'm sorry if you have and you get my hamburger reference. No, I'm not sorry at all. That is wrong. Okay. I forgot to color that. So yeah, as you can see, I'm actually, for part of it, I'm using a reference to help with some of the detail a little better to see, because it's bigger quality from Build Fighters. But I'm trying to match the colors and most of the design more to War in the Pocket. I took Too Much Wrong was kind enough to take a lot of screenshots of Santa for me. He's already done though. So for those of you guys who follow me on social media and saw the Santa drawing, yeah, that's what this is clipped from. It was a Christmas picture. I know there's like doesn't look like one, but. So I put the inflatable Santa in the background. Don't worry about it, guys. It's plot relevant. It is. When I play Maxi Boost and I play with Bernie Zaku, I like just putting Santas all over the place. Although one of the best times is I was doing that, and one of the people, like I play with some of my Too Much Wrong's friends, and one of the guys kept running into my Santa Clauses. I just put him down and then he'd run right into them. Like, what are you doing, Daniel? These are my Santas. I'm not very good with his Zaku, but that's okay. It's fun. I like Bernie a lot as a character. He was a good boy. UC had some pretty good Gundam series. Speaking of Gundam series, the date for February's karaoke has been decided. It's February 13th. I'll promote it and stuff closer to time again, but you can also find the info on my social media. But it is the Gundam theme one that I promised we'd have some themed karaokes like every other month. So February starts the first themed one, and it is Gundam, which means you can still make requests, but they have to all be Gundam themed. No, not just General Giant Robot, because I already had somebody ask me about Gurren Lagann and Evangelion. I love those series, but no, there's enough Gundam songs. I don't need more robot songs. So it's snowing again here. We had snow yesterday. Luckily, we were mostly inside, so we don't go places. We didn't really go anywhere, so. No skin off my teeth. Such a dumb phrase. But yeah, so we got some more snow. It was a little flurries earlier when I had to go into the post 26 boxes, 22 boxes, 27 orders that equated to 22 boxes. One of which weighed 20 pounds, 21 pounds, excuse me. I couldn't even lift it really. But yeah, we're getting some more snow now. Speaking of, for those of you guys who deal with snow, do you put your windshield wipers up? I do. I just didn't know if that was like a normal thing. I don't really see a whole lot of people doing it. My mom was kind enough to help me clear my car off, at least earlier. I had to go tutor her today, so. Depending on how things go today, I also may be on later playing a game with a friend. I think she was talking about Hand Simulator. That game is so bad. You guys saw it last time. Oh, man. It's something. Became Spinning Simulator. It's fun. I kind of like these ridiculous games, so. I saw some new games went on sale in my Steam library, my wish list, and I'm like, oh, I want them, but no money. That's okay. I got plenty of games to play. I should actually play more of them. I keep playing like co-op games because I really love co-op games. And because, you know, it's so hard to socialize right now with pandemic and everything and COVID, so it helps. It really does. I like being able to talk to my friends and kill them occasionally. That's what friendship's for, right? Oh, also, I am setting up at least two drawing collab streams, which will be really fun. I've got Rana Faye on one of them, and then I have somebody you guys probably never heard of, a friend of mine, actually met randomly at Otakon several years back. The one time I went to when I was in DC. I don't know how to pronounce Mysyudemt? Mysyudemt is their username on Twitch. He hasn't really done a lot of Twitch streaming yet, but we're gonna basically do like an oikaki draw thing where we both draw on the same canvas and we each draw each other's like character avatar look thing, whatever. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still figuring out the program and stuff we're gonna use, but I have some ideas. I've been playing around and researching. Research is key. Alright, so that should be all the brown. Yeah, for those who don't really get what I was doing, there were extra pixels open and it looks bad when they're open, even if the background helps cover them. So, yeah. Hello? That's what the song said. Hello. Hello, song. Can you guys even hear my music? Can you hear me? I got a response from Too Much Walk. Don't worry, guys. He said that from behind me, as he should. He's sitting next to me right now. He's working. And I literally mean sitting next to me. Instead of at his computer like a normal person. Although if it's comfortable, I don't mind. I like having him near me. What? You touching me? Hi. That's a very important question for anyone who's on. What are you eating for dinner tonight? I swear I'm not food driven. If you guys have been joining Akiba's Soul streams, that's kind of become a thing. People are starting to bribe me on Akiba's Soul streams with food. Don't worry, guys. It is literally the way to my heart. Bribe me with food all you want. Give me fries to keep my thighs thick. The dog at the kid I tutor at, his house, his dog's name is Mario. He's, what are they called? Some kind of poodle thing? It looks like, the dog from Yuri on Ice. I just blinked on his name too. Victor's dog? Yeah, I just blinked on the dog's name. But he looks like that. But he's got a little chonker. So he's got like a little white spot on his chest. So I was calling him Twinkie today because he looks like a Twinkie. His fur's not super long right now either, and it's really curly. But for some reason, he was like, I'm gonna come and sit with you the whole class. So while I was tutoring, he just came and sat by my feet. And then my student has autism, so he can only go with Japanese for so far, and then he just wants to draw. So we just draw together, and I give him drawing advice and stuff. But when we went to that, Mario came and kept putting his paws in my lap, and it was really cute. He's very small, so he's not very big. But yeah, he made me think of a Twinkie. I don't even like Twinkies. Always save often. I still haven't quite found. I wouldn't like a brush somewhere between this two, the hardness. I mean, I guess maybe I could just, lower the softness. I never thought about that. I should do that next time. I already started coloring this one. As you see, it's mostly done, this style, but I should play with that more. I had blonde moments. I am blonde. It happens. I probably have a lot more blonde moments than you realize, unless you've watched me game. What is the E button? Definitely both my most shameful and most hilarious moment for asking for instruction in a game. Ugh, I hate these little tinny voices. They hurt my ears. I'm gonna skip it. Sorry guys, let me go to my thing and skip the song. I don't like this song. Okay, anyways, back to this. Back to Bernie's jacket. I had a friend recommend some Thai dramas to me. All boys love, of course. One of them, some of them look really good, actually. Like, one of them's a mystery. I have nothing against boys love. In fact, I really like it. So, that's not the problem. I'm just like, oh god, are these gonna be like those really campy ones? But, no, this... And I don't know her super well, but, I mean, she's never recommended anything to me. And we talk casually. I also met her at Otakon just several years back when it was still in Baltimore. Long time ago. It was the year Homemade Katsuku was there. Because in fact, that's where I met her. Is we got the shirts so we could go get photos with them. And so I met her. She was one of the first 3 people in line. I was, I think, number 2. She was number 3. And then another girl we met was number 1. So we called ourselves front of the liners, and that's what we've kind of known each other at all these years. We just hung out in the front of the line. No, Photoshop, what are you doing? Let me color. Photoshop, you still there? But yeah, so. I'm just trying to talk about anything. It's quiet. I gotta wait for Photoshop to catch up. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, this is Photoshop's. It's froze again. What? Photoshop, you're never this mean. Okay. Alright, the dancing ants are back. Anyways, this is Photoshop's interface. I have it customized, obviously, a little bit to me. If you guys don't use Photoshop or photo programs, things you really need to know about them are layers. Layers. Never do anything on the same layer if you can help it. What? Yes, ogres are like onions. Oh, not those kind of layers. But yeah, layers in these kind of programs are super important, and they make things a lot easier. This right here is the layers palette. I keep changing the size I have it because I don't usually, I don't know, I'm weird. I don't really need the navigator up, but it looks sad to me if there's not 3 columns, so I just have the navigator there. What's the amount of time I used it? I don't even notice it now though. And then history right here is super important. I don't know if every program, like paint program, has this. I grew up with Photoshop, so I've only really used Photoshop, so I can't say about the others. But so what history is it records all the steps you take, aka everything you do in the program. So like, you know, every stroke you take, every breath you take, it is watching you. But yeah, so Photoshop is cool because it records up to, I think, 20 by default, and you can change it to record even more. Steps in history, I don't remember what it is. It's been a while since I've even taught a Photoshop class. But it records a lot. And yeah, so you can decide, like, after you do all this, like, oh, I don't like this. And so you can, like, oh, that's way more than 20. That's like 60. I go all the way back there and look, I just undo all that. Hello, RTD. Ooh, as I mess this up. But yeah, and see, I didn't save it, so I didn't remove my history. If you close and save it, if you save it, it like doesn't necessarily, if I had undone it and saved it, it would have removed it. But yeah, I'm back. Yeah, no, so history is super important too. I use a lot of shortcut keys, so some of the stuff I don't really think about it. I actually do have shortcut stuff set on, like buttons set on my tablet. I do not use those. I'm not used to them. I started as a mouse drawer or painter, and I still do most of my line work traditionally at first. So it's a hard habit to break. I feel also like the ones that I do traditionally first seem to come out better, at least if I sketch them, even if I don't ink them. Like this one, I think I just did a sketch of, and I never actually inked it until I went digital. Then I digitally inked it. I'm literally just talking to myself, so feel free to say anything you want. It was just too quiet. I started conversations with myself. Sometimes I wish I had a bigger screen. Mine's only a 13-inch. My eyes are not very good. But for a starting point, it was a great choice. When I can afford to upgrade, I want to get a Huion. Right now I have an Artisan, and it's really good actually. And it's really like, what do you call it? Budget priced? Value, that's what I wanted. The word value. So it's about half the price of the comparable, like Wacom and Huion, and it's been really good. So I like it. Artisan D13. Cosplaying Kitten got the same one at my recommendation too. Yeah, for that price, like why wouldn't you? Like $300 for a 13-inch tablet, drawing tablet? Yeah. I did look when I was needing to upgrade, because I had to update my laptop around the same time too. This is years ago. My screen totally went out. It was fun. I replaced the screen and that wasn't enough. But yeah, I looked into the Surface Pro during that time, and I don't know, I just didn't like it that much. It probably has more benefits now. If I could actually afford multiple, I would probably get one just so I could take it with me places. Because I doodle on everything. I'm the kind of person, back when it was safe to go out and eat, we'd go to places that, like Steak and Shake, that have those, like, paper, what do you call them? Placemats? Placemats. And I'd leave doodles on the back of it while waiting for food. One day I left a bunch of half-naked men on the back of it because my mother told me I should. I'm totally normal. I'm blending the shadows now because you can tell they look kind of wonky. I want it to be hard, but not that hard. If you hear screaming in the background, that will be Too Much Wong breaking his legs. He's playing Gundam with a friend. Not streaming it today. At least I don't think so. But he's playing it. Sometimes I almost just kind of want to go get the like free version of the game. Well, it's because it's free. It's a free game, Battle Operations, and just like we had another room, just like casually like sneak on and mess up his streaks. I'm so nice. Don't worry. What else do I want to do? Yeah, well, it's basically just a person who has to clean it up because they're the disposable ones. When I can't doodle, I write in my phone. I think it was Hanif that the first chapter, or second chapter probably, because I think it was second chapter by that point, was actually written while I was at the auto show in Chicago, waiting for Too Much Wong to test drive, like do one of those simulator things, and the line was really long, and I was too tired to stand with him, so I went to go sit down, and I had my phone with me, and that's it. So I literally was, writing parts of a novel on a phone in the notes. I forgot I had Google Notes, which was really dumb, so I was doing it in Notes instead. Actually, did I have Google by then? I might have still been using an iPhone. It's been a while. I only upgraded to the Google phone beginning of last year, which, based on what my time hub has said, will be in a few days. It will be a year anniversary because I went to the Near concert a year ago yesterday, and it was then that I decided that I hated my iPhone and I needed a new phone because the battery reader on it was going really bad. What do I want to do with this? Tone that down a bit, probably. Yeah. Of my phone, yeah. Happy anniversary phone. My Google phone I have now. I like my Google phone. It will actually be Too Much Wong's my 7-year anniversary next month, right around Valentine's Day. Which is why we are going to sing Gundam songs together. Right around Valentine's Day for karaoke next time. Add some, what do you call them? Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, well, I'm actually really good with phones generally. I have not broken any of my phones, knock on wood. In fact, the one I thought I would have broken was my, was it a Pantech? It was at the time, it was one of those, like, what are they called? Slider phones? It was pretty new tech. Like, it literally was so hard to find a car charger for that stupid thing because it was that new. But it happened to be free on our plan, and it was red, so I was like, I like the color red in case you hadn't noticed. So I got it, and then, like, we were heading to Animazement, which isn't... it would have probably still been in North Carolina at that point. I just don't remember where it was, because it's moved around in North Carolina. And, like, it was raining really hard, and we decided we were going to stop at a rest stop, and I literally had only had my phone for, like, half a day at that point, because I had gotten it before we left and set it up to go and everything, and like, yeah, let's go. Well, I had it in my pocket, and I was wearing shorts, and girls' pockets suck. So, we got out in the car, and it's, like, pouring rain outside, so I'm trying to run into the rest stop. We were going to wait out the storm a bit and get snacks while you're there, and my phone jumps out of my pocket because girls' pants suck for pockets, and lands face down in a pedal, and then I stepped on it. I was like, crap, my phone, I need this. Especially when I'm at a con that far away. Well, so we got inside to the rest stop, and like, you know, I run it, like dabbed it off, run it through the dryer or whatever, and I'm like, I had powered it off right away, and I was like, oh god, this is gonna be horrible. My phone is dead. Well, yeah, no, it wasn't. It was fine. Had a little scuff. That's it. I still have it because I'm really bad at recycling phones. But yeah, that was a long time ago. It was great. That phone was like indestructible. That was the thing. With my iPhones, the reason I had to keep replacing them after about 2.5 to 3 years was because they had this. So if you're familiar with iPhones at all, they have this weird problem with some of the earlier models, up to about 6, I think. Which I never went up to 6. SE was my last one, which was basically a 6 and a 5's body. Where like the reader for the battery would stop working. So the battery itself was fine, but the reader would stop working. And it was like $150 to replace the reader. And I'm like, dude, why would I replace it? That's about the price of a, well, back then it was about the price of a phone. It made no sense to spend that much money on a phone that was getting obsolete so fast. But yeah, so that's what it did. Again, at the Near concert last year. We're dressed as 2B and 9S, so like don't exactly have a lot of visibility. Well, we didn't do the eye patch thing for the eye wrap thing for the concert. But yeah, so like, you know, no pockets or anything. So I put it in my purse and it was at like 80-something% and I just ignored it for like an hour. We get inside because we were standing out. We got there early, so we got to queue in line and go get the special goodies. And yeah, we get in there and I go take it out to double check and make sure I had enough on one of my credit cards to buy the stuff I wanted. And I check it and it's at 11 freaking percent. It's like, what the heck? So I put it on the portable charger I carried in there and it went up to 78%. And I was like, what is this? This is annoying. So I was just like, you know what? I'm done with them. So there was a sale on the Google Pixel 3a, which is what I have, for $250 on Amazon. So Too Much Wong was kind enough to buy it for me as like an early present. So I've had it since, and oh my god, I love it. I can take pictures of my cat in the dark. And that's what I'm primarily use it for, is taking pictures of Rada sleeping on me. Because he's a cuddle butt. It's cute. Of course, it's funny because he also has a Google Pixel, but mine's slightly newer because of that. No, they're good. I was also really jealous of when we were in Japan how easy his was to, like, it got such better quality photos than my iPhone did. And then, yeah, the night shots are amazing on it. It has a really good night mode. Although, actually, iPhones are pretty useful for, like, streaming, like, avatars like this. I don't use one for it. I'm using the webcam built into my computer right now. I'm too lazy to even plug in my external webcam. But yeah, they have some cool features for that. I think they're the, oh my god, I totally missed that spot. I think they're the only phone really right now that can handle the process, like the stuff it needs to, so. Yeah, even back when I actually had a job, I've always made like crap salary. I worked at a print shop. And I was underpaid horribly and only got 3 days a week. And an occasional like side remote in stuff. Oh my god, I missed all this too. What the heck was I doing? I'm happy that Cosplay Kitten got a job. Now I feel better about applying for jobs because we were fighting for some of the same jobs. And at least I had something to fall back on. She did not. But yeah, we literally had an interview at the same place, so that was fun. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to steal your job, I need one too. In fact, it's all her fault I became a graphic designer. Yeah, she really she seems to be like, when I was talking to her yesterday about it, she said it seems like it's a lot of work and a lot of some stuff to learn. Like she's never really done anything with pre-press. That unfortunately was what I was doing. But she's gonna pick it up fast for sure. She's super smart, and like I said, she's kind of the one who dragged me into design and art to begin with. I blame her for all of it. You can totally blame her for all of it too. I guess we'll do his belt next. I think there's another spot of black on him too. But yeah, actually, I was gonna be some kind of science major initially. That's what I had thought back in high school, anyways. And then, in oh my god, what did I do there? I have to fix that. But in high school, I was in like AP advanced classes, so I was like a grade or two ahead of where I should have been as far as stuff went. And she was 2 years older than me, so she was literally, 2 years ahead of me. But she decided, like there was a design class, a graphic design class, and she wanted to take it, but she was a little nervous to take it alone. So she was like, "Hey, you think they'll let you take it?" And I was like, "I don't know. I'll ask. I'll ask." The worst they can say is no. Well, they're like, I guess you can take it, even though it's not supposed to be for sophomores, because you're taking like junior and senior classes already, so it's fine. So I took it with her and decided I wanted to do that instead. I'll just line this up this way. She's also the one who got me starting drawing, because I actually hated drawing initially. Photoshop, don't let me down. Okay, there we go. That looks better. I don't know what the heck I did there. I mean, I do. I totally forgot about that spot. Do you have any kind of like hobbies like that, like art or anything? I guess the best way to put it is I had horrible sibling rivalry issues. And I'm the middle child of 3 girls. So I always felt like, constantly being compared to one of the two. My older sister was really good at art, so that's Cosplaying Kitten. She was super good at art and things like that. And before that, she was really good at tumbling, because we were competitive tumblers, and we had 12, or at least I have personally had 12 years of classical dance training, which was mostly ballet, but a whole lot of other stuff too. Well, my little sister was the one who was good at dance. I was not very good at it, thanks to dyslexia, which I didn't get diagnosed with until a long time after. But yeah, so it was like, I just felt like it was something that was hers and I shouldn't touch it, and because of that I wasn't going to be very good at it. So I went with academics. That was what I chose for myself. I just pushed myself. Always thought it was my father pushing me. It turned out it was me. When I got the C in calculus at the interim, not even the report card. I got it up to an A- by the report card. No way I was taking that C in high school. I was a straight A student. But yeah, I remember I was so sad. Like, I literally had a nervous breakdown when I got home. And I was telling my mom, like, oh my god, my dad's gonna chew me out. I can't believe I got a C. I know Hillary and Shayna get C's and stuff, but like, this isn't me. And I was so upset. And she's like, it'll be fine. And sure enough, he gets home and he's like, dude, you're passing calculus? I was like, what? That's it? That's it? Yeah, no. I started getting into art more in middle school. I had some friends who liked to also draw. So we would draw, like, we were drummer. I was in the marching band. I was a drummer. So when there was nothing for the drummers to do, we would sit there and draw, because we had to be quiet. Do a lot of anime, actually, because that's about the time I was getting into anime. Lots of Pokemon and Sailor Moon. And then I had somebody in high school ask me to draw their tattoo. Oh, cool. Yeah, I love percussion. I have really good rhythm, despite dyslexia. I'm a little tone deaf, though. If you were on the karaoke stream, I mentioned... I don't know if you were there when I mentioned that. Yeah, I'm actually tone deaf. So yeah, they wanted me to try out for clarinet back in elementary. So I don't know how it was handled like where you were, but for us, like we had to like sign up and then like try instruments. It was so weird. But so like in 5th grade, like when we signed up and they would take us to the music room on a specific day, and we all had to like try instruments. Well, I had just had my braces tightened that day, and so they were like, "You need to try this clarinet." And I was like, I tried to stick it in my mouth, and I wanted to cry. It hurt so bad. And they're like, "Okay, I guess you can try drum." And of course, they had us take like a rhythm test and then like a written test, and I passed both of them with 100%. So they're like, you could tell they're like, we don't want a girl to be a drummer, but we got no choice. Like, that's right, bitches. I'm gonna drum. And I always got, hi Twybu. I always got all the snare drum solos in our, because I was only in band during middle school, but I always got all the snare drum solos between the 2 band classes. Like, take that, guys. There was all guys in the other class. My class was the only one with girls. We had, like, 4 of us? Yeah. Yeah, we had the one who was really good at the bass, the one who was really good at the timpani, and then my other friend who wasn't. It's weird, because I have some trouble reading music. I can read guitar chords better. Which I only know because my little sister decided she wanted to learn a guitar and bought a guitar but couldn't read music. This is back when I think I would have already I was at least in middle school by then. So I learned how to, like, every day when she would want lessons, I would learn how to learn how to play stuff on her guitar and the teacher. So yeah, that's how she learned guitar. I can't play guitar anymore. I really would have liked to. It was fun. I was like, dude, that wasn't an option when I was in school, though. If I had stayed and done it. Guitars are hard, though. I wish my school had assigned me special classes. Unfortunately, like, even though it got brought up a lot, like, they wouldn't test me because I was a merit kid, basically. I was testing too high. But, like, dude, I had to work my butt off to be able to do stuff normally. It wasn't until high school that finally one of my teachers was like, okay, she keeps doing this weird thing with graphing, like constantly, every single time. And it was like a 7 a.m. class. So he was like, we should test her for dyslexia. And of course the school was like, no, her grades are too high. But my GP was like, you know what? We'll test her for calculus. Oh, remedial. That sucks. Yeah, just because you're dyslexic doesn't mean you need a remedial. It just means you have to find ways to work around stuff. Like, I find that whatever methods I've used to work around it is fine. It works well because I've done it my entire life. But like when I'm doing like NaNoWriMo, which is write 50,000 words in the month of November. Oh my god, my dyslexia rears its head. It's pretty funny. Oh, well that's good that it worked for you. I hate that they consider it like remedial. My mom did home daycare when we were growing up. I guess that's the best way to put it. It was a weird thing. It's hard to explain, but that's as close as I can get to a thing. Anyways, one of the kids that we did, we had for the longest, we had him from when he was like 2 all the way up until like high school age. Homer was his name. Well, Homero Martinez the third, but we called him Homer. And he got put in remedial courses because he had ADD. Smart kid though. They just never worked well enough with them. I private tutored a lot of kids who ended up in like courses like that, and they're struggling, and it's like, dude, these kids are smart. You guys just aren't giving them the kind of attention they need, and definitely aren't treating them the way you should be treating them. When I had a girl that I started tutoring, and after like when I started tutoring her, she had a C in math and was barely passing. By the time I was done, she had a freaking A, and like well, that wasn't even by the time I was done. In like 3 months, she had a freaking A because this girl knew her stuff. It's just the teacher always made her feel like she didn't. I mean, it's not necessarily the teacher's fault because not everyone can be trained to deal with stuff like that. It just sucks. And actually, the student I tutor, regularly and have been for the past like 5 years. He's autistic. He is great with Japanese. Stonks. I hear them talking about stonks. Well, stocks. They're not calling him stonks. I also think everyone has like a specific intelligence. Like this is something that my teacher in teacher in 4th grade brought up, that you're not smarter than anybody else. Everyone has their specific area of intelligence, and so some people are better at one thing than another. Like I had a friend who could listen to music and tell you what notes they were, and that always amazed me because, like I said, tone deaf. And that same friend could also, like, if we were making food, she would know, like, she was an amazing cook. Like, oh my god. The kind of stuff she could do. And I was just like, I don't get it. Like, you can just... We went to, like, we'd eat something at a restaurant, and she's like, oh, I can make this at home. And she would, without a recipe or anything. And it's like, dude, how do you know? I know, right? I want that gift too. It was always really impressive though to me, because I can't do that kind of stuff. I also don't have your patience for people, Twaifu. I could never do EHR. I think I probably have the best aptitude for languages, actually. Because I definitely don't have it for art. I know, like, I'm not a bad artist, but, I mean, I've been at this for, like, 10 years, and this is as far as I've improved. It's an improvement. But, I mean, I see people who are like, year later, this is how I've... Only a year later, and they've, like, you know, jumped ahead of me when they were way far behind me, and I'm just like... What are you talking about? You're a good people person. Being able to handle people is really a talent, I think. Come on, Twife, you're always making us laugh. Well, okay. You're able to put on a facade that makes it seem like you can deal with people on the outside. You're talking to the girl who literally snapped at a client at work before when I was back at the print shop. I thought like I was gonna get in so much trouble, but they didn't say anything. They just shut up and left me alone. I snapped at my boss a lot. A lot. I guess he is seeing you work from home though, so. Oh my god, as much as I joke about too much Wong stuff being chaotic, because now that I'm doing more with the Akiba Soul, I'm seeing like the behind the scenes stuff. And it is really chaotic, but I'm also like, how the heck would you even come up with this? It works. But I don't know, I couldn't fathom to come up with it. Well, I know, Twaifu, you're smart, because I've done enough escape rooms with you. Although, I don't think about it. Were you with me both the times we failed an escape room? When the clues were broken? What are you doing? Wait. Oh, my hand got in the way. Because I know you were definitely in the one down in Mishawaka where we were making cracks about Conan and talking about 70-year-old children. And then the guy was like, yeah, anything you can move, a 70-year-old kid can move. But we had to move a freaking shelving unit that was on wheels, which the 70-year-old kids that we got stuck with could not move it. And the other time was At Tippecanoe, I think, which we did one more recently there. Well, that was also, I would say, the Mishawaka one, or the one at that place was also the one where the one clue was like read whatever books are on the shelves or whatever. It should have been this number, and they didn't put the clues back right, so none of the shelves had the right book order. And then too much Wong slipped under the bars. That was the prison breakout. Yeah. At least the last time we did Tippecanoe, we beat it. I like escape rooms in case you guys didn't. Oh my god, we need to do another room. Oh! Cool. I actually, one of my favorite science fair projects was when I was a kid, I made a tornado box. Obviously not by myself. I came up with the concept of it and did all the research, but my mom and dad helped me cut the plexiglass and wood for it. And yeah, that was my 5th grade science project. I made a literal tornado in a box. It's so cool. I wanted to be a tornado chaser for a while. Like I said, I went through, well, I didn't say this, but I went through every single type of science, trying to figure out what I wanted to be when I grew up. Science is cool, though. Yeah, back then, the internet didn't really exist. God, I'm old. But no, I think it's so cool. I also just really like the fact that my mom especially would do stuff like that with me. My dad didn't really do stuff with me. But my mom, like, if I wanted to do something like crazy like that, she's like, you know what? We'll figure out how to do it. Don't worry, we will. She was right, we did. Not everything worked out. Do you still make random water vortexes then, or no? Or you just really like science? Maybe that's your hobby? Or a past hobby? Oh, was it pricey? I don't know. I can't say how much mine cost because as a child I paid for nothing. I didn't even get allowance, so. I mean, I should say that, like, we weren't rich for sure. We were lower middle class. Oh, wow, 150. Ugh. Yeah, no, I can see why you wouldn't make more of them. I think I just used scrap wood from my dad's workshop when I built mine. The plexiglass we had to buy, but I have no idea how much that cost. It's a shame more stuff like that can't be just made off of random things you find at home. Yeah, dude, share it on Discord. I want to see it. I still honestly love science and stuff. I'm probably one of the only. Well, I guess I have one other friend I know. Well, you probably I've gamed with him before. Arrow, the one we played Forest with, the one who started the house, and then we had him implode it when he came back. Oh, cool. But yeah, him and me will like actually read science journals and stuff and share them back and forth. So that's where I keep up with a lot of it. He'll find an article and be like, "Oh man, you should read this." I'm like, "Oh yes, please." Nerds unite. I've never had a desk to decorate. Well, I guess technically at the print shop I had some really weird decorations. But everything that was on Too Much Wong's desk, not everything, but a lot of the stuff that was on Too Much Wong's desk when he had to go clear out his desk, not because he quit, but because they're basically going more remote now. I stole a bunch of it because there's 2 Zaku and a Hyakshiki, so I stole those. They're on my desk. I say desk, but I work at a kitchen table. I don't know if I've ever shared my setup on Discord. I do at least have an actual office chair now. Oh. If you have it at your office, though, that has to have been something you made more recent. So yeah, that's definitely a hobby. Gaming is also a hobby. I like gaming. Your hobby is adulting and procrastinating. Maybe that's your hobby. Trying everything. Trifu, I thought your hobby was putting porgs on everything. And eating pizza. Those are important hobbies. I think it's cool to try new things, though, for sure. There's been a lot of stuff that I've tried more recently because I've had friends into them. And, like, not anything, like, crazy, but, like, stuff I had never really thought about. I'm not really into sports. I'm sorry, I can't get into that one. Sports anime I can do, but only some of it. I think that, too, goes with adulting. To be fair, I think for the sports thing, the main reason I never really got into it is I physically have always been unfit to be able to play it. Yeah, despite all that dance and stuff I had, and a lot of the issues I had with it, I always thought it was because I sucked. Apparently, it's because my body sucks. It does make me feel a little better. It wasn't horrible. I just did the best with what I had, and it just wasn't good enough. By the way, I'm pretty sure that's my tagline. I did my best. It just wasn't good enough. Oh my god. I can't even picture you doing track, Waifu. How did you ever get your Letterman jacket? I got my Letterman jacket through band, so. Although I didn't do a high school band. I actually went to choir for high school for 1 year, and then was like, I hate it. I could only ever long jump. That was my specialty. I can't run at all. Like, doing Ring Fit, it makes me so sad sometimes because I can't do any of the running challenges. I can do the running and jump and hold challenges now, finally. But I can't do, like, the actual running. Ooh, shot put disc. Wow, dude, I've never done that. That seems pretty cool. So if I need you to frisbee somebody in the head, I know who to go to. Hold the track. So just the field. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Track and field, hold the track. The only reason I did any of that is back in elementary school, actually. We would have, like, I guess field days? Is that what they're called? I knew it. You're secretly Sailor Moon. Yeah, we would have, like, field days, and, like, we all had to sign up for stuff, and of course I'm like, oh, I can't do any of this. So I always just would, like, sign up at random stuff, but, or not at all. So then they'd be like, we have to put you in a category. So I was like, fine, whatever. And, like, a couple years, they're like, oh, we'll just, stick you. The first year they stuck me in long jump. It was really funny because I'm like, I'm not going to be able to do this. And then, like, I had such a long jump. They were like, what? How is this possible? Like, oh yeah, massive thigh power thanks to tumbling. Because I was backflipping and stuff. So I had a lot of leg strength, just not the stamina. Honestly, it doesn't surprise me that you're good at it, though. I mean, as weird as it says, when that time you came over and played, God, this is forever, played Yakuza 0. She's got springs. She might. But she came over and played Yakuza 0. I think it was Yakuza 0. Just randomly, we had it on, and she played it while she was over. And, like, she never really had done stuff like that, but she was so good at the crane machine game in there. So I'm pretty sure you have really good, like, hand-eye coordination. Oh, go. I don't actually know what people look like in chat, but although you have a lot of muscle. At least to me, it looks like you have a lot of muscle, arm muscle. Okay, maybe it's just because I can't lift it. I could really lift that 21-pound box today. But yeah, I always see you as having arm muscle. Did you not notice that Alexandria and Zoskias have some pretty intense arms? But then again, since I know you later, it could have been cause and effect. Oh. Well, there is something called lean muscle, too. As weird as it is, most of my muscular knowledge and training actually comes from a series called History Strongest Disciple, Kenichi, where they discuss like the type of muscular structure at one point, because like the different martial arts require different muscles. Yeah, good core is definitely important for a lot of things, but yeah, something like that you definitely need good core for. Because in fact, actually the core muscle might matter more. But yeah, sometimes muscle doesn't always look like muscle. It can be really lean. Don't worry, Twaifu. You're in as good a shape as me. Round is also a shape. No, we're not that bad. I swear. I mean, I'm just happy that I can do stuff. Like, considering my health is down to the fact, like, pre-pandemic, like early pandemic, I was like able to lift like 5 pounds if I was lucky and not without pain. And now I'm up to like 20 pounds. That's pretty good. Oh, I could never run in middle school. I'm jealous, guys. I've always had breathing issues though. Come on, Twaifu, stop procrastinating on Ring Fit. Do it with me. I'll start sending you challenges. I just gotta figure out how. I know we can. I think I just have to do like the side stuff. I missed the spot. Yeah, Ring Fit has been a surprisingly good workout for me. It makes me feel better. My strength is improving. My stamina is still pretty rough. Oh, yeah, middle school should have. Well, my problem is I've always been allergic to things and we just didn't realize it. Yeah. The GP I had growing up was really bad. I remember in middle school when I did that running and I was one of the last people, and apparently my face was so bright red because I don't sweat. I have anhidrosis, which means that I don't sweat normally. Basically, I overheat first. But yeah, so my face is beet red and I coughed up blood when I finished, and he was horrified. I suppose he had every right to be my teacher. And he's like, oh my god, I'm never going to make you run again. It's like, I'm not going to say anything because I'd rather not run again. By that time, I was already on medication for the muscle spasms, so we knew some of the autoimmune. Because yeah, I started on meds for the muscle spasms in like middle, like literally middle year of middle school. There's a lot they don't teach you in school. I think they should. Not just about health, but just in general. Like, dude, we need to freaking know how to change a tire and do taxes. This is all stuff I had to learn on my own. Also, home ec is way more important than they let it off to be. But yeah, I feel like gym, PE and stuff in school is always really weird because like they don't ever really teach you any of the stuff you really need to know. I mean, at least mine didn't. Which it sounds like yours, you guys didn't. Like, but yeah, like we never learned how to like breathe properly. Like, dude, they didn't even teach us like the proper stance to run. I didn't take auto at my school, but at least they had it. Actually, as weird as it is, my school did require home ec. You had to take it. And it was weird because like for middle school. So I was in like a weird time, or I guess a weird year when I went into middle school, because they were like switching stuff around. So when I got there, home ec was in a 6th grade class. But by the time I left, it was an 8th grade class, so I had it twice. But half the semester was cooking and the other half was sewing. But I was like, dude, that was good. I know my second time I had it, my sewing project was a Shenlong from Dragon Ball Z. I made a dragon. Yeah, they had home ec in high school for us, but it wasn't required. I know we didn't have the auto shop until high school either. I didn't actually go to the auto shop, but my little sister did. She was an auto. I think it would have been it was important though, like stuff like that. They should have had us all have to take like a semester of it or something just to learn the basics. Like we don't necessarily need to know how to like even do an oil change ourselves, because some people aren't capable of it. But like I remember like buying my first car when I asked a guy if it had all disc brake or if it was half drum half disc, and he just stared at me blankly. So I was like, dude, do I need to change these out? I just need to know. Nowadays almost everything is disc, but actually cosplaying Kitten had to change her car from drum to disc. So what, they taught you how to vote? They didn't teach us how to vote. Our government classes were BS. We had to memorize the freaking not Constitution, was it? No. You still don't know how to vote. That's a lie. Oh, was it BS? Oh, okay. Yeah, dude, teach people how to be basic adults. That's what they need to know. Also, all those teachers who told us that we were never going to have calculators at our hands all the time. Checkmate. I was lucky that my mother walked me through when I first voted. I forgot you're younger than me. Not by much, but enough. I actually think I voted in a local election before I did a presidential one. They didn't know. Well, I mean, you've met my mother. She's always been an interesting card. But she got really involved in with my schoolwork. I think because I always wanted to involve her, so she liked it. So she would just okay. So even when stuff like that, I was like, oh my god, I don't want to mess up. It's like, you can't really mess up, but here, I'll explain it. Apparently I always look like a lost child when I'm doing things that I don't know. So all the adults always talk to me. I say adult and I'm not old. I was like, wait, Sean Austin? What does he have to do with it? Is it because of Notre Dame? Because he was Rudy, right? Uh-oh. Interesting. I don't know what I learned about... Oh, you know what? I do know where I learned about politics. I actually babysat for one of our councilmen. We have a town council here. If you guys don't know, whether or not your city is considered a city, a town, or a village, depends on the type of government you have in the head of it. So, a town will have a mayor. A town will have a council, just a council. A city will have a mayor and a city council, but the mayor is the big kahuna. And the village will have a council, but will have basically a village elder, but they're called eldermen and stuff. So yeah. So yeah, we're a town here. I'm a town. So yeah, I babysat for one of our town council people. Yes, yours is definitely a city. I do know this because, like I said, I know where you live. Because I will have to mail you a bookmark pretty soon. Also, Ray Ray's sister lives there, so I know a bit about it. I used to go visit Ray Ray down in like Dallas area all the time. Oh, yours is definitely not a city, of course. Chicago's definitely not. I used to drive 16 hours to Dallas. Don't beat me, have a life. Don't. It wasn't worth it. That's why, like, have you noticed that I don't do long distance cons really anymore? I just can't. I'm old. If I can fly to it, it's one thing. I did tell Ray Ray I'd try to do a Texas con again, but I'm gonna fly. So no Artist Alley. And I also told her that means no insane cosplay. So it's gotta be what I can fit on a plane. Obviously nobody's going anywhere soon though. Don't worry, it was even better because those 16 hours in the car were usually just me and my mother. It wasn't too bad actually. She's not too bad when it's just her and me, although she would go off about dogs. I want a vaccine so bad. Guys, shoot me up. Give me my COVID vaccine, please. I'm on a list for it, but yeah, no, that's... Gosh, people would just get it. Like, every time I have a friend who's like, oh man, like, either I'm like, I'm not getting the vaccine, or it doesn't matter, it's not gonna stop what, you know, like, they don't understand it, and they're being so rude about the COVID thing and don't understand the mask policies and try to argue them. I'm like, I am freaking high risk. Do you want me to die? No, I don't think so. So shut your little ass. Is Disney still... Well, Disney is still open, isn't it? I don't know what I'd be doing. Oh my god. Do it. Fight them. Come at them. Fist flying. I'm healthy. I'm not gonna get it. No, you're gonna get it. I've taken to wearing after, like, there's a break where I wasn't tutoring for a while. But when I went back to tutoring, especially since Jesse has had kidney replacement, and he has, I don't think he gets dialysis anymore because I'm not quite sure. I can't remember what he has on top of his autism. They told me one time, like, they talked to me about it, and I forgot because it's me. So yeah, I always wear a mask when I'm over there because I'm like, I'm high risk, but he's higher probably. And anyways, I don't want to get him risk because I have to go out every once in a while to go to the post and stuff. And even though I practice everything safe and everyone else around me seems to be, you never know. I don't want to risk him just because of that. So I wear a mask when I'm over there tutoring. Oh yeah, that's where I'd be. I'd be in Japan. Considering we were planning on trying to go back this year. We're gonna go to OneFest. I want to go there and eat all the food. Oh, I'd also be at Sushi Station. I miss sushi. I really want real sushi. I just want my fresh fish. I was talking to somebody earlier today and they're like, I got sushi for lunch. And then they sent me pictures of California rolls. Like, oh, that's not sushi. Try again. Yep, no Japan Club. You're not wrong. I would want one of everything. There is very little I will not eat when it comes to sushi. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna be safe to travel by November, but see, I know Twifi, you're gonna play it smart, so I'm not worried about you at all. I know you're not gonna be one of those Karens or whatever. My favorite sushi are probably, well, snow crab, Zorai Kani. I really like, you can't always get it places though, but I like that one a lot. And then I also like sake, which is salmon, and maguro, tuna, and then hatachi, which is it's white, some kind of fish. It's hamachi, isn't it? I don't know, I just eat. So after a while, I just start grabbing food. I'm really hungry. Aren't I always? I haven't actually eaten dinner yet though, so. What's your favorite sushi, guys? Have you eaten sushi? I know Twaifu has. Do it, Twaifu. Show me your fake ID. I mean, COVID vaccine card. You like them all? That's a good choice. I should make tamagoyaki. I haven't made that in a while. If I make some, I'll have to make some extra one for cosplaying Kit, and that's her favorite sushi. Although I got her into snow crab too. They're so cute. Well, when COVID, it's safer to travel again. Come over. We can make sushi cakes together. I also still need to visit you at your place too. What kind of fish was it? Do you know? I don't know if there's any good sushi places in your area. I know Dallas actually had a decent one. We went out in full regale fairy tale cosplay to go eat sushi. Actually, West Virginia, some small city in West Virginia actually surprisingly does. I can't think of the name of it. Durham? Maybe? Subasa-con was there. Last time we went, I went out for sushi with my mother and I was Glacian. Costco is dangerous. I need to figure out when the next Conan movies, when the Conan movie is actually gonna be releasable, so we can watch that too. Twaifu and I watch Conan movies together. Meitante Conan, Detective Conan. We watch them drive on railroad tracks and blow up things. Oh, that's good. I couldn't go anywhere without my car, which is why when that girl decided to, you know, rear-end me and total my little sports car earlier this last year, forgot it's already a new year. I had to get one like ASAP because I can't do anything without one. Even if we're staying inside, like I still have to drive just enough. We don't have public transit where I am. Grab all the giant frozen bags. Oh my god, I love stocking up at Costco. So bad. That was why for a while I had a whole bunch of Nutella in the thing. I had to start baking with it because I had too much Nutella. I'm gonna bake biscuits. Maybe I'll do that tonight. If not, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, how are you handling the buses in Chicago? Like as far as like transporting goes with the COVID stuff. I don't know how they're handling public transit because, like I said, we don't have it here. Unless you're an old person. they do actually have like something called like dial ride that's for elderlies to get around to do basic things like doctor's appointments and grocery shopping. Just science. Ugh. I'm not sure what a Kato sushi roll is. I mean, I guess no carbs, but salmon's good. Salmon is one of my favorite fishes. God, I really want sushi. Oh, okay, so that's good. There wasn't a lot of people on it. Don't you want to go on a South Shore? I mean, we know how clean they kept it during non-pandemic time. Yeah, I don't know if I'd trust. I guess the only public transport that I have access to is there is a train, the South Shore line that takes you to Chicago. It goes all the way to South Bend as well. I've never gone that way on it though. I just always go to Chicago on it. I don't really want to ride public transit right now though, if I can help it. I also don't drive Chicago because it scares me. I am a little car. I will take almost anybody else's rush hour over Chicago. Although I suppose DC's rush hour wasn't that great either. Dallas's was like nothing. Boston's was a bit rough too. But yeah, DC rush hour is when we got hit. Well, Alex got hit. He was driving. Somebody rear-ended him. Didn't do much damage to his car, thankfully. But that's also the con we ended up with 2 flats. They got it at AAA! I got us home with that. And then his car caught on fire. It was smoking. Oh my god, that was a trip. There's a reason he bought his new car. It was like after years of not having any car issues at a con. They were all at the same time. Yeah, it caught on fire. So, like, we're driving, and at the time, I guess I think we had already made it back into Ohio by that point, at least. Because we drove to DC from, like, Northwest Indiana. And, like, on the way there, it was fine. We had a fault. No, it's not your fault this time. We had a flat, and we fixed it with the spare, and we're like, it's fine. Well, we get there, we first get out, and then when we're finally getting ready to leave, well, we got... As soon as we pulled into DC and we're trying to get to our hotel, somebody rear-ended him. Then we get into the hotel, get into the parking garage, whatever. Everything goes fine. Well, we get the day we're gonna leave. We go to put our stuff out in the car, and there's 2 flat tires. We're like, So we decide we find a place that is open and can fix tires. Or get us new tires that day. So he's like, you know what, I'll just buy new tires. I needed to anyways. I'm like, what? You're just gonna drop that much money? Okay. I felt bad too because I was working, but even less money it was a really rough time for me. So I had like no money and I couldn't help at all. I did send him money later when I got some to help make up for the stuff, even though like, but he was like covering my food and stuff out there because he decided he wanted to because I got him a hotel room. He's a nice guy. But like, yeah, so, you know, we tried to drive to the place first because we're like, oh, you know, we got the mini spare on and we filled up the other tire with air. We're like, it's not that far. It's like 4 miles. Yeah, no. It was flat almost instantly. So he pulled off and I called AAA and we got us towed to the place and got the new tires there. Mind you, I'm dressed as casual Mordred the whole time. Then on the way back, you know, we went okay with not too much of an issue. And then suddenly I'm like, huh, my feet are really hot because I'm in the passenger seat. And I look down and like there's smoke. So like panic. Like we pull off. He literally like tears the carpeting and stuff away to see what's happening. And like there's like scorch marks on the bottom of the car. We're like, oh god. So like we're like, well, you know what, at this point we just gotta get home. Like it's a Sunday and we're still too far out. So we're like, we'll just, you know, let the car rest every now and then. Kept a thing of water and I kept pouring it on it. I literally had like my feet up on the seat because I was like, I'm too scared of it. Yeah, so it caught on fire. We stopped it, but once the carpeting was pulled off, it didn't catch on fire again. At least it turned out it was something with the catalytic converter, because he figured it out when we got back. But it was just, you know, panic. Somehow that car made it all the way back. Because like when he got back to drop me off at my house, I was like, do you want me to drive you home? Like, I will. I don't want you to die. But he got a new car since then. Yeah, no, it was a lot of panic. In fact, he replaced his lights on his new car, and it's very similar to my car. So he said when I have money and I can buy new lights for my car, he's gonna switch them out. Because the lights on this car I got, one of them keeps getting moisture in it, so, and the other one is really scratched up. So I just want to get new, like, not the lights themselves, the headlight casing. That's it. But he knows how to replace them. So I haven't seen him in a while, but we stats each other. That's about it online. Yeah, no, that was a fun trip. I always thought the worst trip I'd ever have was the one when we went to Detroit, and literally, you know, you hear thunk and you suddenly look over and the tire is running across the road. No, that one took the cake. At least Detroit was only 4 hours from 4 or 5 hours, so we were able to get somebody to come up and get us. And then we went back and got the van from Detroit later. But like, yeah, no, that was too far. Most of us worked Monday. Yeah. Well, I've had a lot of fun weird things. Although it's really funny because whenever we talk about that trip, he always just talks about all the ice we got on the floor while we were trying to get ice out of the ice machine. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's because we had so much stress, like that was right before we left. We were refilling the cooler, and maybe that's just it. It was after all the stress we happened, we did something dumb and we spilled like so much ice all over the floor in the ice machine room, and I think that's why it's like, yep, let's remember this happy thing instead. That looks good, I think. I promise I'm not a curse. I have not had that many issues on the to and from cons. Now, not sleeping at cons is something I do. Not because I party, because artists are late. You ever stay up till 3 in the morning at a con trying to draw a yaoi for a commission? Hardcore yaoi? I have. I had to keep looking away. It was so disturbing to me. I like yaoi, but hardcore I can't do very much. The best part is the girl who was sharing a bed with me, who was my table assistant for that week, for that con. She was like, "Oh my god! Every couple of seconds, I hear you like chuckle, and then I hear you like make angry, like frustrated noises." And I was like, "Look what I'm drawing! I can't do this." She enjoyed it though. So the worst was the con. I took 45 commissions in a weekend. I got them all done, but 45 of them in one weekend. It was a 4-day con, but still. Definitely can't do that anymore. Spocky Mom, that one was great too. That one was nice because it was just 3 of us, and it was relaxing. And then the hotel manager tied Naoki's tie. Because like, was it that tie I gave her to use for her Kotetsu costume wasn't good enough. Spocky's mom has it going on. I did, because I was trying to sleep. It was funny the next day, but that time I was like, oh my god, please stop. Let me sleep. Let me try to sleep. Okay, clean up some of this. I find it hilarious now. Oh man, I want to go see Alcatraz. How long of a drive is with San Fran? Or did you drive? Yeah, it's a road trip, so drive. sounds like it would be fun though. I want to do a road trip with my friends from I know two people I've known for a while. We rotated drivers. That's good. Our longest drive was 48 hours to Anaheim, California, and that was before anybody but my mother drove. That seems about right. We also don't stop very much. We tend to drive straight through. If we stop, it's for a couple hours at a rest stop. But since I don't sleep much, I usually do, like now that I'm old enough to drive, obviously, I was doing all the night driving because I don't sleep at night in car. I can't sleep in moving vehicles, period. I get motion sick if I do. Vegas smells funny. That's all I know about it. I drove through it once and it smelled funny. Was it fun at least? Yeah, I think the next time I do a road trip, I want to take it slower and actually stop at places. And like stay at, like, did I get everything? Like not necessarily just like stay at, I don't know, like find those like small hotels and stuff and stay at them and just go explore things. That's why I want to at some point get together with, because I've been talking about doing this since we were in like elementary school. I've known my friend Satori, it's the nickname she goes by, since literally summer before 4th grade. We did not like each other then. But in 4th grade, we're like, you know what? I met you casually before, we're now best friends. And then Naoki, I met in middle school through her, because we went to different middle schools, because districting. And so we keep talking about doing some really stupid long road trip and going weird places. And I'm like, I really want to do that though. And I want to do it with them because we talked about it. Plus, I also know they'll want to go see some of the stuff I went to. I still don't know if I like his eyes, his face. Looks better than it did. I moved his nose earlier. For those who are on Patreon, yeah, the nose was in a different place before. I moved the nose and the shading. Oh, nice. Oh, that's good at least. I know the one time my parents told me they went to Vegas, they started with $20 and they mostly did like slots, and by the time they left they had $20 each. So I think that's all Bernie. Did I finish it? I did. I still want to mess with his face more, but I'm not quite sure what I don't like about it yet. If anybody has thoughts, let me know. I think it's something up the left eye. Ah! I've never actually been to a casino. I want to go to one of the ones that has those all-you-can-eat crab leg buffets. I want to eat all the crabs. Those are my priorities. Go there and eat food. Oh my god, I'm such a, like, I sound like such a glutton. Okay, let's go ahead and do Christina now. This is why I have multiple references pulled up, though. Yeah, they made her hair a lot browner in the in Build Fighters. Yeah, that's just it. Because they want you to stay and drink and gamble, so they give you free food. I just want the free food. I mean, I'll do, I don't know, like nickel slots or something, but I just really want the free food. There's actually some pretty good casinos with buffets near me. My coworker that back when I had my job, the one other person I worked with, because it was very small, he used to take his wife before she passed out to some of the casinos not too far from us. Because we have a lot of casinos in this area, actually. It's weird. You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think Northwest Indiana would have a lot of casinos, but we do. I don't like how I changed that color. I guess we'll change it back. Is that too red? Maybe it'll look better when I shade it. But yeah, so he says there's some really good buffets. So that's what they would do. They would just go out to the buffets. Like, they paid like the minimum you needed to get in or whatever, and have a drink or two, but mostly just go and gouge on the buffets. Why did I start with her hair? I usually start with skin. Oh well. And so Skies, I actually start with hair. But I color that in a really lazy way compared to this, so... There's a reason I don't usually stream those kiosk pages anymore, because, yeah, I used to, but they're supposed to be done really quick. And then, of course, one of the times Ranafe was like, "What are you doing? Please stop, don't make me watch this." Nah, she was being silly, but... Touch of your hand, you got me paralyzed. You are perfect in every way. Cause you are something of a masterpiece. You're all that I dream of when I... Man, I really want crab sushi. I'm still in my sushi kick, guys. I know my dad went down to Vegas for some shows. He helped, like, so he helps with Star Trek conventions, for a friend with Star Trek conventions occasionally. It's not his job at all. He is a business analyst, so not related in the slightest. But he's a huge Trekkie, so he'd go to the big Vegas show. Usually in August. I know, it's usually Gen Con weekend. Which, by the way, if you could ever afford to fly or want to go further, Gen Con in Indianapolis is amazing. It is one of my favorite conventions ever. It's a gaming con more than an outright anime con, but it's so cool. And there's so many games to play. Board games and card games and stuff. It's more that kind of game, like tabletop gaming. Yeah. And the whole city is great. Like, because Indianapolis freaking loves that con. Like, half the restaurants redo their decor entirely and make it themed. Like, they work with, like, one of them works with, like, Warhammer, one works with, like, Pathfinder. And they literally change their entire decor. And then they have, like, giveaways. Like, you go to their restaurant and they redo their menu, so it's, like, all related to it. And you get, like, free dice with your meal. Yeah. And then, like, the buses and everything have all this Gen Con stuff on it. And there's, like, even the town itself has, like, those little flags that they put on light posts. They're all Gen Con. Yeah, I really like it. It's such a good feel, and I have so much fun there. Cosplaying Kitten and I started going together, because I used to just go with other friends. And then one year, she was like, I'm going to drive down there anyways. And I was like, you know what? Let's go together. And we did, and it was super fun, so we made it our thing. Yeah, it definitely is. I'm also so used to, like, when you go to cons, these nerd cons in any way, shape, or form, like, half the time the cities are all, like, turning your nose up at you. Actually, when Otakon was in Baltimore, that was another city. It was pretty good for it. It wasn't as nice as India's, but definitely was nicer than some of the others. So yeah, I really like it a lot. And I always find cool new games there, so... Oh, I skipped that. Wait, did this guy just in the song say 2 and 2 together makes you 3? That's not how math works. It's weird too, though. When you go to other conventions down in Indy, they're not as nice. So I don't know what it is. Like, maybe, well, Gen Con does bring a ton of money in. We actually stay at a hotel about 20 minutes away. The outskirts of Indy. Because it's cheaper that way, and we just drive in every day. We get up really super early, get in our cosplay. Their True Dungeon has gone downhill, but True Dungeon is really cool if you guys haven't ever heard of it or done it. It's basically like real live D&D. It does really matter, for sure. That's like Ramen Con moved to South Bend. It used to be in Maryville, Indiana, and like it wasn't the best setup, but the venue was nice, and for the most part, they were like, you know, cool. Like the restaurants and stuff around were cool with the con goers, and you know, that was fine. But like I remember a couple years back, well, Ramen Con didn't happen last year because everything. But I do stuff at the con. I run their karaoke and their murder mystery. But like a couple years back, we went and tried to make we're like, okay, we want to go eat, and there's like, you know, like 8 or 9 of us, so let's call ahead and make sure they have room. And like we called places, and like every place was like really rude to us. Until finally one place wasn't, and they were like, oh no, man, that's cool. How many do you want? We have more room than that. You want to bring more? And we're like, okay, I guess we'll see if anybody else wants to come. Like, we got plenty of room. It's not a busy time or anything. This is a weird time we went to eat. Well, yeah, and so not only like when we got to the restaurant we picked, which is a tapas place, sadly it's closed, but yeah, we get there and they're like, oh hey, you guys called, right? And we're like, yeah. They're like, hey, this is the table we put aside for you guys. And like they already had a table aside for us and everything, and the service was just so great and the food was amazing. It was the only place that was nice to us in all of South Bend. Well, that year. The other year, at least, the Jimmy John's was okay. So yeah, we made it a thing to go back to that restaurant. We're like, yeah, you guys were amazing. The only one who was nice to us, we'll come back to you, even though you're higher priced than what we can really afford. We'll figure it out. But yeah, random con stories. It's sad that more people, like more places don't, because conventions bring in a lot of money. I know the city of Hammond has been trying to get an anime or comic convention for a while. They don't really have the right venue for it yet. Because they were trying to get Ramen Con when it had to move. But at the same time, I think it would have been a better pick to go there and figure something out than it would have been to go where they went, so. She got the night. I'm not involved in the politics of it. I just sell my art and kill people. I both hate and love coloring longer hair. Ooh! I happened to turn over, Too Much Wong's still on his Gundam. I turned over right as he was doing a poll to see the Hyakshiki Zaku. It's Hyakshiki Kai, I think it's called. It's the Hyakshiki with the weird face. Yeah, full armor Shiki. Hyakshiki Kai. Hyakshiki is one of my favorite mobile suits. It's very shiny. I'm not actually sure. Let me ask him. Hey, Too Much Wong. Are you winning, son? He gave me a thumbs up. I assume it's going good. He's playing with one of his friends, so. It's pretty cool, because you can, like, it's not like true co-op, but like you can, you know, like go into a room and then invite like a friend into it with you. Yeah. We talk really weird to each other, in case you hadn't noticed. Earlier today, I was sassing him. Well, he got people to call attention to me, and one of the figure discords ran in. I don't really talk in that one much. But so I came in, and we were just sassing each other back and forth. And then I got the whole set place to sass him before I left. I'm like, I have to go do something, but you guys sass him for me. And they did. They sassed him for me. It's important that you can sass each other in a relationship, whether it's friends or what. I'm just that kind of person. Sass everyone. Saving this. Put some kind of legs on. This is what I hear from the background. Most people just have their legs on all the time. I already play too many gacha games though. I have 4 mobile games that I check into daily that are all gacha. I don't play a lot of them anymore, but I still check in. One of them I'm actually debating about turning off entirely and uninstalling because I really haven't played it in a while. And I think I got everything I wanted out of it. Yeah, I play Puzzles and Dragons, which I don't play at all. I just literally check in. I've got like a... God, how many year login streak going right now? So one day when I break my login streak, I will just stop I'm trying not to break it, but if I accidentally break it one day, that's it. That will be when I stop checking in. Because I don't play that one at all anymore. And then Fire Emblem Heroes, I don't really play anymore either. I got my whole Roy team, so that's what I wanted. I haven't played enough of the newer games, so I don't know half the characters they're adding. I've only played the really old ones. It does have auto run though, which is nice. It's probably for the best. Gacha games eat a lot of money. Not that I've actually spent a lot of actual money on it. And then Fate Grand Order, I play too, kind of. Once again, I check in daily to it, but I haven't really done anything with it in a long time. It's the only game besides, well, Pad doesn't have auto run either, but it doesn't have auto run. And I just don't have time to sit there and actually manually play the game myself. All the other ones, when I play them, I just let them run the battles themselves while I do other stuff. But I am checking in on that one and waiting for some of my favorite servants to come back around. Because you can get a lot of the stuff that you need to do polls for free if you do it right and do check-ins, so. I actually cleared all the main story though, and the only I'm on the middle of Lost Belt 1. I just haven't gone past that. I think they just put out the 3rd Lost Belt. I'm like, I can't. I don't have the energy. I used to play it at work when I had downtime, but I'm like, I don't really have downtime at home. It's weird. Or I guess I should say I don't have downtime that I'm bored enough that I want to play it. And then I have Star Ocean and Nemesis. I've been playing that one pretty regularly. That one, I really like the Star Ocean franchise, and the story on it is freaking amazing. But it also has auto run. I haven't done a lot of the. I still need to clear the. They just released the. Well, I say just. It's been like a month now. They released the latest part of the current chapter, and I haven't actually finished it yet because I haven't had time. Because I have to. That one's all in Japanese. The U.S. release did not last long, so I'm playing the Japanese version, and have been before the U.S. release came out. But sometimes I don't know all the kanji because they use some weird ones. Like, I remember when I was translating the Star Ocean 2 manga way back in the day, and like this one kanji, they didn't use furigana with it, and I was like, what the heck are they talking about? And it took me a while to figure it out until one of the times one of the characters just shouted sorcery globe, and I was like, really? It's the freaking kanji that they use to describe sorcery globe? Why aren't they just saying sorcery globe? It's called sorcery globe in Japanese, like sorcery globe. I felt dumb about that one, but yeah, that's it. So yeah, they occasionally use like weird phrases like that I don't know in kanji. So I have to go a little slower in the reading on it. But I can auto-run the battles at least. And it's been really nice to me. I've done mostly free gacha pulls on that one because I couldn't even give it money back in the day because my iPhone wouldn't let me. And yeah, I've gotten some really good stuff. And then more recently, I started playing Tales of Cristoria when it came out in the US, and oh my god, the story is so good and dark. And I've actually gotten some pretty good pulls with that. Once again, I haven't really spent money. I haven't actually spent any money on that one yet. I've only been playing it a short time. I don't think I will. Not that it doesn't deserve money, just because I don't have it. And then unless they put out like some really special edition Leon, I'll be okay for characters I don't need. They did actually do a version, but I got it on my first free pull, so I'm like, I'm good. So yeah, those are my gacha games. That one also has auto run, I should say. So it gets, that one I actually play a lot right now because it's still newer to me and has lots of events. So I let it auto run the events. But yeah, don't fall down the gacha hole if you can help it. It's a painful way to go. I also wish more of these games were not going to mobile, and we're going to like even PC. Because like Nier is coming out with a mobile game, and I was like, god damn it, I'm gonna have to play it. It's Nier, it's freaking Nier. I don't know if that one's going to be gacha though. I'm not quite sure how it's going to work. And they're also doing the, I think it is going to end up being gacha based on all the outfits they have for the characters though. But they also are re-releasing and redoing and re-releasing the first game, the original Nier, in April of this year. It comes out right around Too Much Wong's birthday. We already pre-ordered the special edition. AKA he pre-ordered it on my Squeenix account. Because I have a Squeenix account, he doesn't. The remake of Nier, the original Nier. I think, yeah. Have you ever played a Nier game? I haven't actually played the original at all. We were going to. We got the Japanese version so we could play as Brother Nier instead of Papa Nier. But we never actually got around to playing it. But I played Nier Automata and just fell in love. Ah, oh, it's so good. One of the funniest parts to me about it though is Too Much Wong had played it long before I did, and then let me his version of the game so I could play it. I I made some really off-the-wall predictions about things I thought would happen, and then they all happened. And like, I know when I made them, he was like, "Where did you even get this idea?" And I was like, "Don't worry about it. It just made sense from this one insignificant side quest I did." I was very happy that it all came true. Yeah, no, it's a fun game. I'm a huge fan of real-time, what is it? Real-time free run? Real-time free run? It didn't come to me in a dream. It was literally, there's this one side quest. So because I don't sleep, I sit there and think about things. And there's this one side quest where I was like, you know, the fact that they brought this side quest in and this thing and this one thing that was really, this one thing she said that was slightly off, and it might have just been a weird way to say it. Because I played it in Japanese and English subtitles, but I wasn't always listening to the subs and vice versa. And so I was like, I don't know, maybe it was a weird translation, or maybe it's just a weird, because it was a weird way she said it, and the context didn't fully fit in the Japanese, and the translation was odd. So I was like, I don't know, but based on this, maybe this is the truth. And then I went through all this other stuff that based on that, all these other things would have to change. I do recommend playing Nier Automata, and the soundtrack is like the most amazing video game soundtrack ever. It is definitely like one of my all-time favorite soundtracks. If you do play it, make sure you do all of the endings. Well, the silly endings where you die aren't super important, but you have to do all of them. My God, I'm so in love with the soundtrack. I listen to it a lot when I write. I love going into like in the author groups I'm in when they're all like, "What do you listen to when you write?" And everyone's like, "This song or this thing," and I'm like, drops the Nier soundtrack. This is what I listen to, guys. Of course, the reaction is usually, "Oh my God, this is amazing. What is this from?" Like, it's from a video game. And they're like, "What?" Like, that's right. Video games have good soundtracks. Anything Kazuya Yuki, which is not Nier, but anything Kazuya Yuki is also good BGM. Yeah, that's what I do. Boom, mic out. We usually share like YouTube links, and there's weird conversations that go on in author groups.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle.
I've been trying to get more involved in like author groups though, so I can have like authory friends to be like, "Hey guys, give me advice. Don't die? All right, got it." No.
Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current. It's the most tremendous new musical experience.
I guess I'll go with this side.
Hit him with the rhythm in the face, push him way back. Work. Switch it.
Persona also has a good soundtrack. Specifically, I really like Persona 5. That 3 and 4 aren't bad either. I should probably actually finish 3 someday. At this point, I might as well just replay it because I don't remember anything. I wonder if there's a PC version of it. I'll add it to my random wish list. I have a really big wish list in Steam. That I forget games are in there until like I get emails that are like, "Hey, it's on sale." Or there was my one friend who I didn't know that well, but randomly decided to buy me a game off my wish list that I forgot I had on there. And I was like, "What is this?" So I have Fairy Fencer F because of that. I don't even know what it is anymore. Looks like it's pretty art. It's nice of them. Of course, Final Fantasy soundtracks are a classic. I also really like Star Ocean ones. I think Star Ocean 3 HD remix or whatever has some of the funnest thing. It like I don't know if it's maybe I just didn't notice how fun some of the songs were when I originally played Star Ocean 3.
Now it's available for everyone.
I feel like the Tales of ones aren't as memorable. I don't know why. I love the Tales of series, but I really can't think of any of their soundtracks offhand that I'd be like, oh man, this must be this series because of it. Zelda, of course, is another one.
Yeah. Make the building collapse, drop the bomb. Bring it like that.
I can't deal with this song anymore. I'm skipping it too. I've been debating about just going onto one of those like royalty-free sites, the ones that like Hololive and stuff uses, and just picking out a random song to do on repeat. I don't know how boring that would be for you guys though. I'm using Pretzel app right now, Pretzel Rack app for music. But, like some of their choices on songs are weird, and I have to have them be all like YouTube appropriate because I archive all my videos to YouTube. Don't want to get hit with DCMA. Speaking of DCMA stuff, I don't know if you guys saw, but like Japan is talking about like policing cosplayers and stuff like that. I don't really like that idea. I mean, I get what they're trying to say and do with it, but like, I don't know. It's like you gotta draw the line somewhere. I do have a YouTube channel. It's just archives mostly. There's some older videos on there. But yeah, I never really, I stopped kind of using it, and then I was like, Twitch only archives them for like 2 weeks, so I might as well just use it again and archive them there. I mostly did it because the entire archive of Sinner's event, archive, I did and archived that way. Hey, thanks! Don't expect much, it's just these same videos. I used to do a lot of like song covers here and there, and make bad music videos and bad cosplay videos, but I don't do that anymore. I'd make bad streams instead. Oh, okay, well that's good then. Our internet's been kind of weird, so. I also figured out the reason it like kicked me out of Phasma the other night. So apparently that was a glitch in the game. It's a bug that they just updated. So they was in their updates today, and I was like, oh. I think I'll probably get off after I finish the hair. It's already been 2 hours. Dang. I want to eat and shower. I'm a nighttime showerer because I have 36 inches of hair. And I don't like wet hair. I also can't use a hair dryer in my hair. Blonde hair is very fragile. Oh no, that's what happened. Oh. What are you doing? Yellow? I'm too happy on my brush. Clean up your hair a bit. Mostly worried about the colors bleeding together, because they do. Ah, and there we go. It's light over there. Christina, to keep your hair off of Bernie. Actually, I like Christina and Bernie together, so. Such a shame. I know, right? I'll drop the flat color for her skin. I am going to probably finish this tonight, but I won't finish it on stream. Some weird skin tones. Let's see. How does this one look? Oh my god, yeah. This one is more normal. Okay, that should do it. So that's what I have so far. Santa Claus and a hamburger and 2 other people. I hear you snickering over there. So yeah, this will hopefully be up on Patreon in full res later tonight. Like I said, this is a part Patreon reward and part poll winner from December. I was able to do his double team this time, so that makes it easy. That's why there's an extra character in there, though. Okay. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and find my mouse. Where did my mouse go? On the wrong screen. I was looking at my mouse on the recording, or on the streaming, instead of on Photoshop, which is why I couldn't figure out where it was. But yeah. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get off. Probably some more random streams throughout the weekend or week on random stuff. Not sure what. But yeah. And then next week, I'm going to try to keep Tuesday always as art. But we'll see how, if there's time I'm not feeling good or don't have stuff prepared. So, all right. Anyways, good night. Go eat food.